Whoa! Hey, Greg, is that you?
No. What?
I mean, actually, you're looking a lot better than you usually do, I must say, right now. But wow,
Yeah. I
that is an unusual. Oh, yeah. Now I can see that's you,
uh,
Lloyd.
yeah.
How did you do that?
I have no clue. As a matter
You,
of fact, I was typing in the chat and I look up and I'm on the show. It's like,
I
and
know. Well, I figured maybe a social distancing thing, that we've got to do now. Greg may
yeah,
Greg may be in another state. I
he
mean,
might be.
we're not allowed to. I didn't even know if video chat is legal at the moment. You know what I
Well,
mean?
I brought my mask just
Have
in
you got your
case.
mask? And
Yeah,
you
I
and you
got my
took.
mask. Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
really appreciate, if you're going to sneeze,
yeah.
you put it on for us. But
I'll do that. Yeah.
hi, everyone. Just in case you haven't realised it, you are at Oz by Drone, and that is Lloyd in Greg's seat, and I am on the boat and saying hi. And look, it's going to be one of those shows. It is actually the 99th show that we've
99.
had,
Wow.
number 99. And you've been here for most of them, Lloyd. I think your history goes right back to the very beginning.
Well, I've been at least following it that long, just about, and
Yeah,
I've
that's
been
great.
in the background quite a bit of it. It seems
And a
like.
contributor. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think I've done. I might have missed a few shows on the way. Look, I don't know what Greg's gone AWOL somewhere, but
Right.
we can carry on. So, I mean, you got the news list there? It's usually on the desk. I mean, we can start. Let's have some news.
Yeah, yeah. Well, our first news is uh, let me double check here, and it should be starting. This is a camcopter S-100 UAS completes engine test for the Australian Navy.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, it's a VTOL takeoff and landing, and what did I hear?
Oh no, we're going to
Okay,
go. There it is. There, it's about to take off. Oh no, here it comes. I know.
there it
Now,
comes.
VTOL very close to my heart. Look at that thing.
Yeah,
I like an Australian Navy. Don't know. I can't check. Oh, it's definitely not one of our builds. But oh yeah,
no,
it's a
yeah,
helicopter, of
it's
course.
it's built by well, if I can get to the stories again, Camcopter is the name of the company, and I don't know.
Chabelle. Yeah, I can
Yeah,
read it.
yeah, the robotics. Yeah,
Oh, it's a
okay.
big thing. Look at that. Yeah,
Yeah,
100.
it is. And what one of the things I noticed while I was reading the story earlier is this. You said Australian Navy, but it says Royal Australian Navy.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that the abbreviation for the Royal Australian Navy was RAN.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we have the Royal Australian Air Force, Royal Australian Navy. It's kind of they didn't rename it, even though it is really an Australian Navy.
I'm just
We
thinking, why would the Navy run? I looked at that first. I thought, where have they ran? And then,
oh,
Royal Australian Navy. Okay,
I see. I
I
see the
get, yeah,
confusion.
yeah,
Now, look, a
yeah.
couple of people ask me from time to time about helicopter type UAVs and why you wouldn't have a multicopter. And the truth is that they're actually quite efficient they're as efficient as a helicopter can be.
Right,
But there are a number of things in place that a helicopter has. First of all, it can auto rotate, so it can land once it loses power and of course a single engine. There's a lot of reasons why helicopter technology, which is fairly advanced, works in terms of its lifting capacity as well. So, unless you get right into the flight dynamics of multicopters, one of the ones, of course, is forward speed. Once you've got multiple blades trailing each other, you limit. You have all sorts of problems with wash and stuff as well. And
right.
helicopters are limited by forward speed as well. But
Yeah,
that's an interesting looking video. And
yeah.
I think we've even gone now where we're parachuting and obviously doing little exercises with that thing. But my guess is that'd be even probably 150 plus 200 kilo machine perhaps. So yeah,
Right,
big
right.
beast. Well done.
And yeah,
Now,
go ahead.
just while we're at a news change over here, do you have any idea where Greg is?
Well, he's supposed to be. Well, I'm not sure. He's supposed to be somewhere.
I'm
He's
hiding. I'm hiding. Hello, everyone.
I can hear him.
Can I get my producer? There we are. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Oz by Drone Mobile Edition. I'm currently sitting, trying to get this one to talk into the show so that I can go for a fly and you can enjoy it. And it came up with RTMP URL error. I'll go and troubleshoot that. And in the meantime, let's have another news story or two, and I'll be back shortly.
Okay, mate. You let me know. I got my machine here ready too. If you want to give it a whirl. So yeah, let me know.
I'll try and get mine up first and see how that goes.
That's the
Let's
plan.
do another news story. Okay.
All right, going ahead.
Yep.
Move right ahead, Lloyd.
Yep. Story number 2 actually has to do with the same drone, the Chevelle, and it's also part of let's see.
Just to be clear, actually, this is story 1.2. So those two first stories were joined together, but this is 1.2.
Oh, okay.
This is the film for the drone here. Okay.
This is a different one.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, I can see now. This is. Let me get this for you. Heartache and joy behind Battle Creek couple's gender reveal drone video.
Oh, that's this one.
Kylie Bush and her husband Patrick Bush posed for the portrait in the parking lot of a North Avenue church in Church of God in Battle Creek, where Patrick obviously is going to propose or drop something. There it comes.
It was. What happened was they had announced. They had planned on announcing their the gender of their child in their first pregnancy.
Oh, okay.
And they filmed the first part, and unfortunately, they had a miscarriage. So they hadn't told anybody. They hadn't shown the videos yet. So they waited and just kept it. And they waited this time until 12 weeks time, where they were further along, and then they did this announcement, and the dropping of the balloon was the blue powder indicating it's a boy. So, but it was one of those, sad but happy. It came out, and so
this is how
they were able
conventions start. Like people start seeing that and say, "Oh, that's a good idea," and then all of a sudden, everyone says, "Time to drop the blue powder or the pink powder." Who knows? Let's move right along.
So speaking of moving right along.
Oh, look, we got something. Are you coming in live, Greg?
Hopefully we're coming in live. I've just taken off, doing quick control check.
Good words. What you're reading his checklist. I like that.
Yeah. I've got to follow the Morrison aerial robotics checklist. Now, to my producer, this is Greg 1 on your dashboard over there. If you can see Greg 1, hopefully that's coming in live now. And if it isn't, we'll go to you shortly. Let's see what we got. So this is to my producer. I think it's on row 3 or row 2 in the thing. Greg, not that one. Okay, that didn't work so well. That was an earlier test. So let me try Greg 2. I'll go and switch it live. I'll switch it live. Yeah.
Okay.
But the wonderful DJ I go out just to share with everyone. Here we go. So I don't know if we can see that screen. The RTMP button, how do you actually turn it off?
Oh, yeah.
There's no off button.
No, there's not.
So if I want to end that broadcast, there we go. I got that button over there. So finish live streaming. So I'll go and do a Greg 2. And I just got a message from my producer saying Greg 2 was ready to go.
Okay.
But before I do that, there we go.
Now, while the
showing you,
no animals are being harmed.
No animals are being harmed.
No. While this attempt is being made.
There we go. 3, 2, 1, and it's telling me that it's live now. So what I wanted to do today, just for everyone's benefit, I'm flying over the river area out the back where you see on our opening. I wanted to go for a fly live and perhaps have you guys watch the chat and people can tell me where to go. I mean, my wife does it all the time. She tells me where to go.
Boom.
You could see that one coming a mile away. Is Greg 2 coming up, my love? So I'm hoping she's going to tell me it's going to come up over there. It worked well in rehearsal.
Huh? We're still waiting.
Worked well in rehearsal. In the meantime, we've got Greg 1 again.
Went back to Greg 1.
All right, you want to try John 1?
Okay, let's do John 1. John's going to go for a fly today.
Okay.
Yeah, I go. John 1 is streaming.
And
I'm looking. I can see black screen.
yeah. Lots of black screen there.
So this is one of those things when Greg at the helm of the controls is always very, very good, because it's a very technical, stressing thing on my lovely producer wife. So I tell you what I might do. I'm going to come in for a landing. I'm going to go and check some things back at Production Central. And in the meantime, you guys can read another news story or two. And I'll see if I can get you up, John.
All right, I can go. I'm going to go over to John 2.
But I'll physically walk there. Go and do another news story in the meantime, and I'll check it out.
Yeah, why not? Okay, good stuff. What do you got next there, Lloyd?
Let's see. We're at 1.03 now.
Koalas, the bushfires. That'll be a good one. Or dodgeball. Here it is. 3D printed drone.
3D printed drones. Okay.
See what happens when you leave the kids in the house on their own. Huh?
Exactly.
See what happens?
Yeah. And Pia's probably going.
I know. I can hear.
A flexible 3D printed drone.
Here we go.
Here I am 3D printing a revolutionary drone that did not work. I made
printed drone that can break.
Set it on fire, and here I am putting it
a great
together.
idea. I mean, really nice. I wonder what the props are made of. You're always going to do the props, but
and that's my third,
let me kill that.
5, 6. Good recommendation, man. I ripped out my hair. Then a quick paint job.
There we go.
The electronics, and then some.
Yeah, and he made this drone. He's got like 51,000 views on this already, and
oh wow,
he came up with this idea of a very flexible. I'd love to know, and unfortunately, it doesn't have a lot of details in my part of it.
Here once again, just a little pathetic or a lot pathetic.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at that. The camera on top. So
I watched this earlier.
Kind of a mix between
and one of the things that you notice,
flexible.
I think
it is one of the things you notice about high-speed flight and flexible drones is you do have to soften a few settings with the autopilot, because obviously when the airframe flexes, the thrust is being vectored. So imagine, as the props are curving up, you're vectoring the thrust and changing the thrust lines of the airplane. And usually that results in the autopilot saying, I need a bit of yaw, I need to slow one down, speed one up. It needs to actually make a bit of variation in the controls. No problem. It looks like a pretty good machine though, and it's definitely got some pace. Got some good pace. Yeah, well done.
With luck, he'll share all the information about the drone and share the blueprints for. I forgot what 3D printers use, but they have a place where you can download all those plans, and hopefully he'll share those plans.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. Oh, you can see a lot more of what it is there. Look at that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah,
definitely.
And there's a lot more different plastics you can use, or I should say, not just plastics, but material that you can use when you're actually creating with your 3D printer. Of course, those people that are into it know that's a really versatile way of building something. Yeah, and you can mass produce like he's showing there now. You can actually build up a lot of airframes quickly, and you're not waiting for parts. Anything you can build at home, of course, and break apart, you can quickly reproduce.
Exactly. Yeah. I can see where that. I'm thinking very seriously about getting a 3D printer.
I love mine. I really do.
Because there's just so many things you can make with it.
Oh yeah, and there's a couple of websites you can go to, like Thingiverse, and That's a pretty popular one.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and you know, I've got another mate who just got his the other day, and he was a jeweler, and he actually started getting into, you know, designing using the CAD program, and he was comfortable with that. That's my next investment, is to do a bit more CAD work so that I can build the parts I need to build.
So, John, I'm back in the studio, and we've just cut over to your Phantom, so you should be ready to go for a fly.
Yeah, I reckon I am. I've got John 2 streaming. All right, let me just see if that's the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
All right, I'll just go and place the aircraft. Stand by.
Now, this will either be fantastic, or we'll see his battery run down and hopefully not fall into the ocean.
Okay, here we go. Pre-flight, sky clear, props clear. All right, we are on the boat, everybody. Control check. There we go. I'll just spin around and show you where we are.
Smooth as butter.
The houseboat.
Wow.
I'm just sitting under the awning there.
Yeah. And that's where you live, right?
That's home. That's where I am.
Wow.
Self-isolation. There we go. It's beautiful. So this is lovely sunny pit water at 70 meters at the moment. And I'll take you for a fly over. We'll go over to the yacht club. Beautiful day here.
Yeah. They just sent out a notice about 3 hours ago. We're in for a freeze warning tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gotten cold here today.
We go 50 kilometers an hour. This is a Mavic 2 Zoom. You can see some boats starting to move out at pace now once they get out of the mooring area.
Yeah, where they get in that, get past the no wake zone.
Yep, that's right. Okay, good. There we are now. Still got good visual line of sight, 74 meters. I'll show you, this is the Royal Motor Yacht Club.
Wow, that is a lot of boats.
Beautiful, isn't it?
There's a couple of them. There's a couple of good-sized ones there.
Oh, yeah. Well, Pittwater sort of doesn't have any commercial shipping.
Oh, okay.
So it's very popular. Head back towards home. I'll take you for a whiz around the park. The stream looks good, Greg.
Yeah, this is looking pretty awesome. Yeah.
Am I getting some echo from you, John?
You might, because what you're listening to.
Just let me ask my producer, go into the John 1 or John 2 shot, whichever one you're using, and press the mute button on the audio. It was set like muted before, but we had some issues and I needed to recreate it. So if you could mute that, producer, and send the shot live again, that'll get that echo away from us.
Yeah, because my smart controller is recording the audio and streaming it as well as my other device.
And if that doesn't work for us, we can mute your rendezvous audio as well. That'll work just to prevent the double up.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just take a time here, coming around the point. Keeping our distance. You can see.
And thanks to Ken Heron for a super chat of $20. That's great. RTMP works. So that was from Mr. Ken Heron. Appreciate that, Ken.
Yep. And just so you know, the equipment again. That's you, Greg. You're beeping.
Yeah. I've just launched again myself, and hopefully mine is live again. My producer can have a little look on Greg 1 or Greg 2. Which one was it?
Just so everybody knows, I will not be flying. I got the big chair today, and I'm not gonna let go of it.
Yeah, you stay there.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to take us up now. This is down behind Pittwater High School, my old alma mater.
Maximum flight altitude reached.
There we go, 120 meters. And this is the oval where I test flew most of my early machines on the weekends, and you can see it's quiet today. Bayview Golf Links on the other side.
Let's do a very, very quick switch to Greg 2, just because while I'm up, I want to try and take advantage of it. But my producer says my video is not very clear.
We don't need to hear you, Greg. We hear you every week.
Yeah.
We just want to see. That is.
Told you the smart controller was worth getting.
If this keeps up, Pia's going to look like Greg. She's going to have the same haircut from pulling all her hair out. That's why Greg looks like he does.
One of the great things I love about this, you can see the shallow area around my boat. So my boat is center picture, and of course at low tide.
John.
Yeah.
Could you just mute yourself in the rendezvous app, and that'll probably make it a bit better.
It will actually.
Yeah, I went ahead and muted that other line anyway, so I only heard one of John. Not that I don't enjoy hearing you, John. It's just I was having trouble keeping up with which one I was listening to. Uh-oh, now.
John's got a big personality. There's just not enough room for all of him.
Yeah. Wow, that's just.
And I've still got this from my drone.
Wonderful. Well, at least John's look good, Greg.
You know, guys, this is a bug that I saw in the app once before, and it happened when I was in Korea and I was flying over there, and the picture looked exactly like that. So
I think I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do one more attempt over here. I'm going to reboot the entire phone.
That had me worried, John. I thought he was going to land in the water. I thought, oh, I don't want to see this.
Where's Philly Mike when you want him?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, isn't he Mr. Return to Home battery?
Yeah. For the love of God, as he always says. Yeah. Very good. I don't think I'd let mine go below 30. I just, once it hits 30, it's like I'm headed home. But I don't fly very far that anyways,
Do you want to turn on your mic on rendezvous again, John? Because your video feed's just gone off. There we go.
I've got it back now. And
All right.
there we go. I can see Lloyd. I'm good. Am I back on?
Yeah. You're back on.
You're back on.
Well,
yep.
All right. I can change a battery because I only started with a lot. We had a lot of testing this morning, so I'll just flip a battery over while Lloyd reads the next news article.
I'll tell you what, I'm very, very close because I'm about to go with one more attempt at having just rebooted the entire phone. So let's see.
Okay.
Good.
This is going to be Greg 1. Hopefully it's going to come in loud and clear. Okay, producer, do we have vision? No.
Nope. Same thing we had before.
Okay.
Well,
it was a good idea. So I've got my drone ready. I'm going to go and land my drone, and John's going to go and fly again when he gets another battery. And I'll walk home, and yeah. So John, I got the same dodgy picture again. So I don't know what that is.
Okay, stand by. Which one? I'm going to connect to John 2 again.
Yep, that sounds good.
And here we go. Start streaming. And we're ready to go. I've got the streaming coming through. Let me know when you've got it.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, okay, you can see me. I'll turn my other audio off.
Okay. For some reason, we're not hearing you at all. We have no audio on John for some reason.
There I'm coming back.
There we go.
On. Okay, I'm back now. I'm just trying to work the stream up again. Oh, there we go.
So
I'll turn that one off.
There we go. Nice picture. Great picture. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now, all of these amenities are yours to use for being part of the yacht club or being parked there? Or... Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're saying they don't hear you for some reason. Yeah. Yeah, John, they're saying for some reason they don't hear you on coming. I'm hearing you fine, but they're not hearing it out. It's not outputting to
Stream. If I turn that on now, everyone can hear that.
Speaking of hearing,
Yeah,
hello,
should be able
I'm
to.
back in the studio.
Let me
Hey,
see
Greg,
here.
how you doing?
I'm doing.
Now, one has to be careful here when you're flying backwards around boats. If you're below 40 meters and flying sideways, you'll collect a mast.
So you're back in the studio. Okay.
You hear the Beaver seaplane going over? I just check our height, 40 meters. He'll be at 180 meters or so. See if I can get a picture of him. He comes up the bow. Let me see. Okay, come right over me. There he is. Send a picture. Good clearance.
So there's a good question for our viewers to have a think about. What is the regulations
good
again,
shot.
John?
Well,
regarding...
I'm familiar with the seaplane operators here, so, and we listen out on their frequency. We talk to them,
Right.
and provided I'm down at this level, down low level, there's no risk because they fly a fixed flight plan.
Yeah. So in general, broad terms, you need to get down out of their way.
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
Good.
You need to clear.
Yeah.
You
That's
need
a
to
simple thing.
You're the one that's got the responsibility of managing the traffic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And we can cohabit with aeroplanes if you do the right thing. Basically, I know exactly, and I mean we've got to managing the risk, so that's what you got to do. If a helicopter came along here, I would land.
Right. Right.
Because I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know whether he's actually inbound. I don't know what he's going to. But the seaplane, I know. Know their timetables. Know when they're going to fly over. All of that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's my neighbour's
it helps to know
houseboat.
what's going. These are some great shots, John.
Oh,
Really.
that's good. They're nice and clear.
Oh yeah. They're.
I am just so annoyed and frustrated about what happened there.
They were definitely better than Greg's.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks.
Yeah, good. Well done. I'm loving this. I'm flying. I always like flying.
This is just really awesome.
I'm going to take you down the Millionaire's Mile. It's actually like the 5 Millionaire Mile these days. My grandmother used to call it the Millionaire's Mile.
Right.
So these people have rather beautiful houses and boats.
Wow.
And they're in a lovely cul-de-sac area together.
Now, is that a house or is that a hotel?
No, they're houses, man.
Oh my God.
They're big houses.
Why do you need that big of a house? I mean, I've got a big house for me. And it's just Judy and I, because once, unless you got a lot of hangers on, if you got a lot of hangers on, a lot of relatives that want to mooch off of you, maybe you need a big house like that. But
I can live in the boat,
Yeah.
It's on the end of the dock.
Some of those boats are bigger than my cabin for sure.
Yeah. This one down the end it belongs to a buddy I went to school with. He loves me flying over because I give him some pictures. He's right on the point there. That's the last house.
And also, in addition to that, John, I understand, you assist in the area providing, security coverage for some of the boat owners, which they appreciate as well.
We do a little business called East Bayview Marine Security. So
right
on the crazy nights like New Year's Eve and stuff, we provide security for the area.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Particularly for this marina over here. This is another buddy I went to school with. His father and my grandfather used to work together.
Oh, okay.
Rail Marine.
This is a question I would like somebody to answer. Why is it that rich people that have these big, huge houses, they live right on the edge of the ocean?
Oh, well.
And they have a swimming pool. And they have a swimming pool.
Yeah.
What a...
Living next to the water is beautiful, man.
I understand them living next to water, but why do they have a swimming pool in their backyard?
Oh, yeah. No, that's a different thing. Well, I swim in the water here. I tell people that, I clean my pool twice a day when the tide goes out.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we swim right here. This is my place coming up. And so we just swim in this area, and we've got the shallows.
Right.
So you're right. I don't have to clean my pool.
Yeah, I was looking at those last two houses there, and those pools didn't look like they were more than 50 feet from the water to begin with.
Yeah, I know. Well, see, you have it because you can afford it.
I guess another tax write-off.
Yeah, my grandfather and great-grandfather, in fact, built this marina.
Oh, really?
About 120 years ago, they built.
Wow.
And my family's been here for 5 generations.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's the on my mum's side. That's the Williams Marina.
Oh wow, this is just This reminds this area right that you're coming up to, this marina right up here, reminds me of the area right up on Lake Tahlequah. Or not Tahlequah, Lake Tenkiller, up by Tahlequah, up by where our cabin's at. And it's very much like this, and that's why we picked that place up, because it's a beautiful deep lake with just beautiful, but it's fed from a cold river rather than a warm one. So
yeah, sure.
Yeah. Because we have but they have like fresh trout and stuff like that in there. So, plus the bass fishing. But yeah, this is the way it looks up around there.
This is where I used to fish as a kid. We'd catch brim, flathead, Spanish mackerel, and blue swimmer crab.
All I can say, my friend, is it's a hard life living on the water, I'm sure.
Somebody wrote up there,
Yeah.
There's no sharks in the pool.
There's no sharks in that pool, man, I can tell you.
Yeah. Well, that's why the rich have the pools, because there's no sharks in them.
Yeah, that's right. The little Bayview Park there. When I often go to test a lot of my aircraft, I'll go to these sort of places on a quiet day rather than fly off the boat.
Right, yeah.
Basically, the boat has its problems when you're doing IMU calibrations and all that.
Right.
But it's all moving. Yeah. All right, we'll scoot along the road. My usual low-level run.
I'm curious, John, if you got any places that are close to any major roads that are accessible easily without getting over the roads. Just wondering, how many people are out with our famous topic of Corona? Is there much movement?
I don't think I've ever been on a live show and the dogs didn't bark at least once.
Well, there seems to be a lot of people here at the I'll just come up and have a look at the dog park. Keep my distance. Look, that's busy.
Oh, wow.
But I noticed the dogs aren't practicing social distancing.
They're still sniffing and doing things that they do.
There's a lot of butt sniffing going on.
Definitely, yeah. They're not worried about it.
Yeah. As far as real main roads go, no, they're not any big ones real close. I can fly a kilometre away and do it, but
yeah.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Wow. This is just a beautiful area that you live in there.
Yeah,
it's been a really good look. I'll let you start piloting on the way home, and perhaps Lloydie and I will get into a few of the remaining news stories for today.
All right, I'll head home and I'll catch you back in the studio.
Okay.
All right.
What story did we get up to before, Lloydie? Because I was moving around.
Completely lose him. Yeah.
Sorry?
I guess you and I are just running the show now. Well.
Can Lloyd hear me? Hang on. Can you hear me? Hello?
Make sure we're still on the air. Yeah, we're still on, so. I can hear him in the background, trying to work out what's going on.
Can you hear me at all, Lloyd?
Yeah, I can now.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it was. Anyway, what I was just saying, let's get into some news again. What was the last one that you guys did? Because I was a little bit moving around.
Yeah,
you've done number 4, I think.
Yeah, we were just getting ready to start 104. We did 103.
So this is the dodgeball detection system. Yeah, let's have a look at that one. So this is a story about a set of software that has been installed on these drones that you're about to see. We're just watching the tail end of John coming in. We'll get ready to go and clear that shot. So clearing layer 3. There we go. And this dodgeball, it's the artificial intelligence that's going to prevent the drone being hit by the ball. Let's have a look. Now this one's a little bit loud. Let's turn that down a little bit. There we go. So this is so absolutely mega cool. Just watching these guys just throw the dodgeball and have the drone without any piloting software, without any control stick inputs, doing all of that work.
I just hope those drones don't feel like they're being bullied, because, you know, dodgeball is a new form of bullying. That's why they took it out of schools.
Yeah, I remember dodgeball back in the days at school. So they got this thing that's generating measured volume in the time and space domain. They specifically filter out and have a look at only the last number of milliseconds, use that, and have an algorithm that's going to, you know, predict where the volume is going to be occupied and what it needs to do to respond to it. Really, really cool.
That is awesome.
So let's move on from that one. That was a cool story. But what is even cooler is koalas. I mean, everyone loves koalas.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is,
so
I know which one. This is where they're going out trying to locate the koalas that, you know, using infrared to locate the koalas to find out if, you know, which ones are survived, you know, kind of get a census of the koalas. And
absolutely.
I can't bear koalas myself.
Just play the video. Let's go.
Yeah, where's the video? There we go. Yeah, it's a DJI.
Want to manage any species,
is doing this.
One of the most fundamental things is to know how many of them there are. But how to do that efficiently is a really important question. The outlook for koalas is pretty dire in a lot of places. There are some places in Australia where over 80% of the population in koalas has declined. This is due to natural causes.
So I'll just turn that down a little bit, let it play, and see if we get to something, some more meat in it. But look, essentially, this is some DJI marketing and PR about a good use of drones, certainly in Australia, where everyone's aware that we've had a pretty bad bushfire season this year. In fact, one of the worst that people can remember. And koala populations have been severely affected. So stepping up and using drone technology to match heat signatures and other artificial intelligence to detect where the drones are, count them, and use that to try and help them and assist that remaining population to thrive as much as we can.
Yeah, they're using an infrared camera to get their heat signature. Just one question: how do they tell the difference between a regular koala and a drop bear? Can they tell the difference with this camera?
With which we can protect them.
You can actually.
Can you? Okay, good.
Yeah. Drop bears have a particular signature around them, and you can usually see their droppings on the ground. You know, much more clearly.
Yeah,
drop
okay,
bears,
that's it. Yeah.
And you can, and usually underneath them is a drip, you know, of some kind. Mostly
but the other factor. The other factor, John, you don't actually have to detect the signature of the drop bear, because the drop bears, they're a little bit gassier.
Yeah, they are.
So you can actually use methane detectors as well.
Yep, that's right. You can. Methane will pick up a drop bear.
I was leaving that open for Lloyd there, but he didn't take the bait.
Yeah, I did. It didn't
He
work.
was too much of a gentleman.
No, it was broke.
Oh, the sound effect didn't work. So let's move on to our next story of the day. This one is really cool. This one, there's a drone fund recently sat down with CEO Sean Edlin at Dottrell Technologies to have a look at some of their solutions. Just play the video for this one. It's a little bit loud at the start.
From them. Impossible until now. Dottrell Technologies has developed a microphone array with unique beamforming and onboard processing, which provides clean audio recording directly from the drone in real time. Help! 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 The branches are breaking! Help! Help!
Now, aside from the bad humour, the ability to go and listen to this. Or is that the end of the video? It might be the end. They've got some technology that's, beamforming audio microphones to go and pick up the audio clearer, better, and to filter out the ambient drone noise. Very, very useful application, particularly in emergency. Speaking of emergencies.
You want to get that
a bit late. It's a bit late, Lloyd.
You were talking about ambient sound, and that's the only one I could come up with.
Okay. Look, really, really useful technology, I think, to do with emergency response and so on. I think that'll have a lot of applications. So we'll keep an eye on that one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got about 3 stories left. So let me have a quick peek here. The next one's a radar one. What's that one about? This company's been developing signatures to help identify different drones by recording and creating a database of the different microwave emissions from those drones in response to radar pulses. So let's have a look.
We empirically study the radar cross-sections of different drones at millimeter wave frequencies. The drones are installed in an anechoic chamber on a rotational pillar. Transmitter and received antennas are located on the opposite side of the chamber. The object is rotated in the azimuth plane and rolled about its center axis, while changes in millimeter wave reflection are monitored. This method allows for quantification of radar cross-section signatures of an object. Measurements have confirmed intuition. Larger drones made of carbon fiber are the easiest to detect, whereas drones made from plastic and styrofoam materials are more difficult. For example, in these figures, the shape of the quadcopter is clearly visible. The strongest RCS values are obtained from the drone arms and frame. The results presented in this work can be used to form a substantial RCS database of commercially available drone models at different frequencies.
Drone technology has advanced significantly in recent years. For example, even small drones like these are capable of 4K filming and thermal imaging. Unfortunately, at the same time, such drones may be used to commit crimes and they can pose a threat to a public safety or national security. For this reason, it is important to develop technologies that are capable of detecting small objects like drones. Therefore, this work is very important.
Drone detection represents exciting new research opportunities for millimeter wave techniques.
Yeah. So basically using existing radar systems that might be in place at an airport or other secure installation locations and matching with a database. That is a smart way to go and retrofit at airports that may not have the funding to go and do something a little bit more advanced.
I've even got a picture of some of the early charting that they're doing for it. If I can just cut to it real quick.
Lloyd, is this going to be good? Is this going to be good?
Oh, yeah.
I hate it when you tell me you got a picture you're going to share. What is it?
Yeah. That's what they're going to be using to with this radar detecting to make sure that they're friend or foe.
Yeah, I've seen them before.
Yeah. I'll sit still. I've screwed up the green screen there for a second.
So the Drone Racing League has launched the DRL Academy so people can learn how to fly and have a lot of fun as well. This one, the video has no audio, so we'll just play it in the background. But everyone's heard of DRL and a lot of their stuff before. The fact that they've now launched this academy as a STEM program for students studying science, engineering, and obviously if they're studying UAS-related stuff as well. Really, really cool. They've partnered with various education groups to get this into school curriculums as quickly as possible. I think this is absolutely awesome because, forget about the fact that they're drones. Remember about the fact that it's engineering, that it's science, that it's aviation, that it's thinking of how to solve problems. And that's the kind of thing that I think is going to, take us to another level in education, getting that into the schools.
Yeah, we need something like that. We need that in every school. We really do. I mean, that's what Jerry Calverley is doing at his school. That type of stuff, trying to get people, get these students involved. And we've all seen how well that's worked with them because they're just moving right along. That's how engineers come about, is
absolutely
learning that,
Yeah. And we've got one more story today, and this is just a really, really cool video. It's very, very short, and found this one on Reddit. Someone chasing a drone. That was, and the fact that it's got the Nerf gun at the end, I think that just absolutely puts the icing on the cake. He's got to shoot it with the Nerf gun.
And he didn't even
one more
hit
time.
it.
Well,
it's a lousy Nerf gun.
The fact that you've got a stormtrooper, it makes it worthwhile to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The Nerf SWAT team. Yeah.
Okay, so we had a lot of fun today. We had a few technical challenges that were not present in rehearsal. I'll say that much.
Well, I didn't crash. That was a good. That was a good thing as well.
Absolutely.
That would have probably it would have really spiked up the audience a bit.
The viewership would have been great.
I know. So I'm sorry I didn't crash.
Can I just say that my wife and my parents all said, just don't crash. They're both saying, don't crash live on air. That's the only thing you don't want to do, and definitely agree with them on that one.
Yeah, I don't normally plan to crash. It's just one of those things I leave out. I think, what? I know it would be exciting. Everyone would love to see me back into a boat or a mast or something, and it would be funny, but I just left it out today. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah. No. Yeah. It's quite all right, John. Quite all right.
Yeah.
We don't mind at all.
So let's just quickly talk about next week. This is our 100th episode. Now, for that episode, I'm going to try one more time to fly next week if I can get sorted out whatever it was this week that was not so good. My wife's looking at me and giving me a dirty look now because she knows of the technical difficulties that she has to deal with when we do something this complex. But we'll work it out.
She has to put up with me.
She has to put up with you. Well, there is that.
Yeah, that's probably what was bothering her more than anything. Like, God, when he just sits still, he's screwing up the green screen. And I got this bad habit of, rocking my chair back and forth. So I really tried to be nice today.
She said, you'll probably have coronavirus by then. No, you won't. Okay, but next week, I'm going to try and fly again over the river, and hopefully the picture will look really, really good. If that's not going to happen, so be it. But by the same token, I would want to have next week to be nothing more than everyone who's a regular viewer to come in and join the show. We're going to put the rendezvous link in, and my wife's going to tear her hair out because we're going to have so many guests next week coming in and joining and being part of the show. Anyone who's in Australia. Yeah, thanks. Anyone who's in Australia, who's in a time zone that can fly, even if it's not Australia, if it's in the Asia region, for example, you're still daylight hours. So next week at the regular time, if you can fly, we'll get your flight in as well. Other than that, it's been fun. It's been 100 good shows. John, have you got any quick words of wisdom you want to share with us before we finish for the day?
No, just basically everybody hang in there and, be safe and well and join us for the 100th show. It'll be good. There's a lot of things in society at the moment concerning us, but you know what? Flying your drone is going to be probably one of the safest and healthiest things you can do. So rack the hours up. Everybody fly safe and stay well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all from me this week as the guest. And Lloyd, I suppose you need to wrap up the show.
You look good in that seat, Roy. You do. I've got to say that before I go. You look good.
I appreciate the opportunity. It's actually forced me to break one of my bad habits, and that's moving my chair back and forth. But this has been enjoyable. 99 shows, man. That's I appreciate you letting me sit in the big chair, Greg. And I hope everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, I think, everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, I think everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, I think everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, I think everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, I think everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, I think everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, I think everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, I think everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that John gave us. And, I think everybody had fun. This was a great show, and we enjoyed all the video that Yours is okay, Greg.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you next week, everybody.
Next week, everybody. 100.
See you next time. Bye-bye.